In this video on expository writing, we are going to focus on writing a conclusion. The conclusion is the last paragraph of your expository essay. The conclusion wraps up the essay. It's the last thing that the reader will read, so you want to make sure it's really good so the reader ends your expository essay thinking, wow, that was really good. An expository essay conclusion is like a gift. And when you wrap that gift, it looks really good. That's like all the work you've done. But the conclusion is like adding that beautiful bow. It just makes it look so good and it ties everything together. So that's what we want to do with the conclusion. Now, an introduction has two parts. It has the lead sentence and the thesis statement. And we learned about that in the last video. Well, a conclusion has the exact same thing. It also has a lead sentence and a thesis statement. But there is a difference between the introduction and the conclusion. In a conclusion, the lead sentence and thesis statement need to be creatively restated in reverse. It's kind of like taking what you wrote in the introduction and rewriting it in the conclusion, except you don't want to rewrite it exactly word for word. Nobody wants to hear the same sentence twice. Nobody wants to hear the same sentence twice. See how annoying that was? But what you do want to have is the same information, but just presented in a little bit of a different way. I'm going to show you an example. If you had in the red your statement, cats can be wonderful pets, you don't want to just reverse it like it is in the blue. Pets wonderful be ken cats. That's weird. Even weirder is what's written in the green. That's the sentence in red, totally reversed. Step lufred now ebnak stack. That makes absolutely no sense. So what do I mean when I say we want to write the lead sentence and the thesis statement in reverse? Here's an example. Cats can be wonderful pets. Now I want to say the same information, but just in a different way. A wonderful pet is a cat. So in red, that might be something that's in the introduction, and the green sentence is something that's in the conclusion. Let's look at a few more examples. Here we have an introduction that we used in the last video about cats, and the red sentence is the lead sentence. A cat's hearing is 5 times stronger than an average human's hearing. Now down here in the conclusion, we have the same information, but just presented in a slightly different way. An average human's hearing is 5 times weaker than a cat's hearing. So it's the very same information, but it's just presented in another way because nobody wants to hear or read the same sentence twice. Nobody wants to hear or read the same sentence twice. Now in the green, we have our thesis statement from our last video. Cats are wonderful pets because they like to eat different foods, they are easy to care for, and they are super cute. Remember, those were the 3 main ideas that we included in our essay. In the conclusion, we want to have the same 3 main ideas, but we'll just restate them in a creative way. So kind of it means writing it in reverse. Here's the example. In the conclusion, cats make wonderful pets because they are super cute, easy to care for, and like to eat different foods. So you'll notice that in the conclusion, we have the same 3 main ideas as our introduction because that is what our essay was about, but we just ordered them differently. In the introduction, we had eat, care for, and cute. In the conclusion, we had cute, care for, and eat. The same information, just written in a different way. Here's another example. Here's the example for a sport from the last video. In our introduction, this was our lead sentence. Lacrosse was first played by indigenous people. Now, in the conclusion, we have the same information, we just restate it differently. Indigenous people were the first to play lacrosse. The green sentence on the top is our thesis. Lacrosse players use lots of equipment, follow many rules, and play on a large field. In our conclusion, we said the same three main ideas, but we just restated it in a different order. Lacrosse players play on a large field, follow many rules, and use lots of equipment. So you'll see that we still have our three ideas of equipment, rules, and large field, but just in a different order. Large field, rules, and equipment. And that's how you write your conclusion. It's completely based on your introduction, and you take the two sentences, your lead sentence and your thesis statement, and you restate them, but in a creative and slightly different way, because nobody wants to read or hear the same sentence twice. So when you go to your planning page in your booklet, you will see this page, and you will go to the bottom where you have your conclusion. And this is where you will write your conclusion. And you'll see it says creatively restated lead sentence and thesis. So what you want to do is take what you wrote up top here in this section, and you want to bring it down, even further down than that, to your conclusion. The same information, but just restated in a different way. All right, that's your conclusion. After this, you will be done the planning stage, so congratulations.